Today I'd like to discuss a project I've been working on for a while. This is the second iteration, and I think I've made some major improvements. So what it is, it's a magnifier, and it has the ability to be used with a cell phone camera to take high resolution photographs or videos or whatever. It's rechargeable. It uses a battery, and there's a USB charging port. Of course, it has an on-off switch. The printed circuit board is like this. There are 8 Cree daylight LEDs, and it has a charging integrated circuit, and that's all it really needs. It has a resistor to control the brightness of this. The switch goes here, the battery goes here, and the USB charging port goes there. I've got a couple of mechanical difficulties that when you 3D print things, you've got to know the tolerances, and I'm, kind of new to the 3D printing business, so the design isn't perfect, but it's quite close. This is a diffuser ring. I found from lots of experimentation that it's not so good to have just the point source LEDs. A diffuser over it works much better. And I also found that the uniform illumination that's given by 8 LEDs is superior to a single LED or whatever. So that's it. The battery should last for about, I'd say, 5 hours on. And it takes about, it should take about 30 minutes to charge it. So that's the, you never have to replace the battery. You just have to, find a USB-C charger, and it'll charge. The lenses are here. This is my own design. These are called acromats. They're made of 2 types of glass, a crown and a flint, and they work like this together. And this is the spacer that goes between it, and the optical design is such that you get very low distortion and field curvature and so forth. So I'm putting it together. This thing goes in upside down, and I'm going to use an adhesive to put that in. And the diffuser ring goes in there, and that's also going to be an adhesive that holds that together. Here's the magnifier nearly assembled. I just need to put the lid on it. Okay, so the purpose of the 4 magnets is this. This is a piece of stainless steel, and it's 3/4 of an inch wide, and the idea is you take a cell phone case like this and align the optics to the camera, and then RTV use silicone rubber adhesive to stick this onto the cell phone case, and then you'll always have the ability to put this onto the case, onto the cell phone case, and use it as a high power magnifier. Here's the nearly finished magnifier. Charging port. At the moment, I don't have any 256 flatheads, so I just used RTV, silicone adhesive. I wanted to do that anyway because I want it to be water resistant at least, and it should be. And it's beautiful. I'm going to take a scale like this and cut it to the right length and round out the corners and mount it to here. It'll go right about here. Here's the iPhone case, and here's the piece I cut out. Very simple. Rounded edges, so there's nothing sharp at all on here. So it should still be able to go in my pocket. Okay. Anyway, we'll find out. And this, that goes on there, of course. Fits in there like that. The magnets hold it in place, and then that goes there. And this has to be really carefully aligned for, you know, high quality optical performance. That's called collimation. And we got to do that very carefully. So there's an easy way to do that, but I've got to, of course, take the cell phone that I'm using as the camera and take it off and do that. So I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so now the cell phone is in the case, and I'm going to align this, and the way I do that, I'll turn the light on. The magnifier light is on, so you notice that all I do is I just center it in the screen, and that's all that it takes to align it. There's the black RTV. The black makes no difference, but my cell phone case is black, so I figured that's probably a better choice. Now I'm going to just set that down there, and I've got it lined up, more or less. It'll even focus, yeah, in that position, I think, which is what I was looking for. So I got that right. So there's what the back of my case looks like. I've tried it in my pocket with the iPhone in it, and it's perfectly fine. And so this is the way it works. This little recess here goes on here, and then you fish around for where it clicks into place, right there. And now it's correctly aligned with the camera lens. All right, now I've got a specimen mounted in the on a piece of plasticine, you know, modeling clay stuff. And now it's really, really easy to see the gold. The purple stuff is just magic marker that prevents me from losing track of it because it's actually really tiny in practice. What I'll do is I'll take a photograph of a ruler to give you a sense of scale. So I crushed a little rock, and this is 30 mesh, which is what, 500, these are 500 micron and smaller diameter particles. And I'm just looking around for pieces of gold. I actually don't see anything in this crush, but that's not the point of this video. The point is that, you know, you can really get a wonderful idea of what your rocks look like. And here's another location that has gold on a rock. Again, the purple is just a mark because it's so small. I really can't find it easily again if I don't have a mark around it. This I marked, but there's no gold there. That's the value of a good camera and microscope and magnifier like this, is that it's really easy to get really confused about what's gold and what isn't gold. I think that might be a piece of gold there in the middle. A lot of the magic is the way that you light the field. This is the face of a rock, and got a bunch of this, you know, what, beige colored powder, brown powder on it. Powdery looking surface. And I'm going to put a few drops of hydrochloric on it and let it sit for a while and see if some of that comes off. So after cleaning the surface with hydrochloric, I actually had to leave it, I left it overnight. This is what the surface looks like now, that same surface we were looking at before. And you can see the little vugs. That actually might have some gold in it, but the one up here definitely has gold in it. And you know, I never would have noticed that if I hadn't cleaned it, because that was underneath that brown powdery stuff on the surface. So let's leave this video looking at some real gold particles. That's about as close as I can focus there. And there it is. There's that gold there's a little bit of black sand in it, but there's the gold. It's really beautiful.